Okay, so today is September 26th. Basically, I'm going to teach using the classwork homework assignment. Now, I'll admit, you've already had a test on this year, but it wasn't the best scores in the world, okay? That's why we're reteaching it. We're hoping that before we reach 9 weeks test, which is October 10th, we can get this a little better, okay? Now, here is the plan. We do 9 weeks test in 6th grade in all your academic classes, meaning your English, your reading, your math, your science, your social studies. Okay, and maybe electives. And so we're just kind of reviewing. Here we go. Now, we're on this worksheet. The kids have gotten a paper copy or whatever. I have asked them to mark out 13 through 20. And on the bottom, I've asked them to mark out 31 through 35. Some of my classes I've had meetings, and that's been kind of bad. But the classes I've been in, I've made it to at least number 5, leaving them with 6 or 7, about 5 here, leaving them with 5. But then they've even had some extra time in class to work on it. Matters if you use your time wisely. Okay, here we go. There's my notes for all my parents. Okay, number 1. So what I would do is this. This is a worksheet. It is 9/26, in case anybody's wondering the date. Okay, and this is 5th period for my stack. Okay, so starting out, do y'all see where I'm at? Ooh, 1 second. There we go. 3.037. Everybody see it? Okay, so I'm going to write it on my paper because it's kind of like the math problem. I know that's kind of silly, but that's what it is. Now, I want you to think about it. A fraction has a fraction bar. Sometimes they're mixed numbers. They have a big whole number. Okay, so starting out, if there is a large number in the front, we're going to keep the large number in the front of the fraction. Right, it's a whole number. So there's no math that has to be done. We get to just copy, whoops, there we go. Sorry, I knew I moved it. We get to just copy that front number, okay? The math that needs to be done officially is at the back end of this thing. So, look right here, going to the back. How many numbers are there?
3.
3. Count your 0. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So that means when I come over to my fraction bar, I'm going to put 3 zeros with a 1 because that 7, bless you, is in the thousandths column. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Now this is the first time I think we've seen one with a 0 here. Not a big deal. You can write 037, but doesn't that kind of look weird?
Yeah.
So what we do is we just write 37 over 1,000. Just be careful. That 0 counts when you make the bottom, the denominator of the fraction. Okay, do you think 37 thousandths simplifies? No. 37, nothing goes into 37, and it doesn't go into 1,000. So we are actually done with that one. Yep, that one's kind of quick. Yes?
So, why would you count to 0?
You are all, when you read this decimal, you really should read it as 3 and 37 thousandths. And when you read it that way, it creates the fraction. So these mean the same thing. It's just one's written as fraction, one's written as decimal. 3 zeros because there's 3 numbers behind the decimal. Does that help a little bit? It's just weird on this one because when I wrote it, I only put 2 numbers up here. So I just needed you to see why there's 3 zeros. It is confusing. Yeah. Okay, so number 2, 10.92. So I write 10.92, and I know I'm not really saying it right, but I would give the answer if I did. Okay. So 10 is my big whole number in front. I'm just going to write a big 10. And 92 goes over, bless you, 100, because there's 2 numbers behind the decimal. Now, does 92 over 100 simplify?
Yes.
5, 2. Okay. So if they know that this is simplifiable because it's even. They can be divided by 2 on the top and the bottom. So I keep my big 10. 92 divided by 2 is 46. And the bottom is 50s. Okay. Yes, I love it. You're seeing it. It's even again. So if I divide by 2, I'm going to get another new fraction, but they're all the same amount. That's the weird part. 10 and 23 25ths. Any more simplifying?
No.
Nope. That's your answer. Just slow and easy. Take it just slow and easy. Okay? Yes? Sure. Yes.
So, when we had first started this, I would forget to put my whole number.
Yes. And when I graded y'all's test, if you forgot the whole number, I took off 2 points. If this wasn't right, I took off 2 points. And then if it wasn't simplified, it was another 2 points. My thing is, I want you to seriously think about this. What if the bank only got right on my checking account, the change? Would I let the bank keep being my bank?
No.
No, if the dollars were always wrong. So it's weird that as a math teacher, I'm literally giving you partial credit, if you want to think about it, because that's what it is. We got to kind of wean you off of that partial credit and kind of get it fully correct, I guess. Okay, so that's kind of why we're reteaching it. A lot of kids did. They just forgot the whole number. So, okay, number 3. I'm going to do another one. Okay, this one I like because it didn't have the number in front. It doesn't have a whole number, but that's not a big deal. That 5 is in what column? The 10th. So, honestly, it's just 5/10, which is 1/2. Divide by 5, and you got 1/2. 5 into 5 once, 5 into 10 twice. It's not bad. Let me do number 4. Let's see.
If you're so 3 and 4 were easy, I kind of went along with 5 and 6. Is that okay?
Yeah. Number 4, 1.08. Now, start out. I need a big 1 in front.
And then a 10.
Now, slow down. How many zeros? 100. I need 2 zeros because there's 2 numbers. Now, granted, the 8 is all that's on top. You can put 08. It just looks weird. Okay? And then it simplifies by what? 2. So if nothing else, I know there's another one. There's a GCF. If you wanted to use Factor Tree World.
You can do it
One more time by 2. Because we didn't use the GCF.
And then it would be 1 and 2
25ths. You got it. 1 and 2 25ths. If we had gone back here and used 4 as our simplifying, we would have gone straight to that. GCF, factor trees. So if we had figured out our little factor trees, 2 times 2 is 4, and then we would have simplified by 4. Okay, number 5 is 5.11. So front number, 5, and then 11 over 100. You got it. Okay, does that simplify? No. Now, here is the plan. Listen, I know this is weird. Okay, I'm going to leave you with 6 through 12. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to get my other piece of paper I asked y'all to have, and we're going to do a few of these now. So on my other sheet of paper, what I'm going to do is jump down, and I'm going to do number 21 on my other sheet of paper. Okay. We did 1 through 5. Here we go. So I'm going to my clean sheet of paper, and on this part,
I don't have paper.
on the paper, we are converting each fraction to a decimal. So, I am going to be changing these fractions to decimals. Okay. 1 second. I'm trying. Okay. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to do this next part. Here we go. So the directions change. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all, that I'm on 21. Okay. So, on 21, the fraction is 49 over 25, which is kind of odd because it's improper, but that's okay. Write this on your paper. Make yourself some notes. Quit playing with telly ties. Parents, if you want your children to leave their telly ties at home, I would love it, but that's just me. Now, here we go. Maybe one parent heard me. Who knows? Okay, here's 49. 49 should be the one that goes, and make yourself a note, inside the house. Whatever's on top goes in the house. Whatever's on bottom goes outside the house. You don't have to write this every time. Just write it this time. So later you can go, oh yeah, she said, put this in the house. Okay. Now, to figure this out, that's fine. So, whatever's on top, I'm going to put in the house, because this is how I'm going to create a decimal. 25 is going to go outside. Every time. I don't care if the number's 2 and 22. Okay? Whatever's on top has to be inside. Did you write it down? Okay, now, so can 25 go into 4? No. 49. How many times? Once. 1 times 25 is 25. And it's 24. Now, Miss Donahue has said I need to either add I got to add a 0, a few zeros. So, first add a decimal. Then the 0. And the reason is we want to keep that a whole number, 49. Now, think of quarters. 25 is quarters. How many quarters are in $1?
4.
Quarters?
4.
4. How many quarters are in $2?
4.
8. Okay. So, how many would be in 225? 9. Yes. If you're not sure, this is where you might have to guess count by 25s on the edge of your paper and do by 8. Wait a minute, I lost it. 60. Yeah. And then sit here and do by 9. Like, if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm not playing. Write it down. Get with me. If you need that, you would need to do it. I didn't need to do it because I knew quarters, is all I was saying. So, on number 9, it is 9, and it's 225. Do some subtraction. And I got 15. Okay, well, Miss Donahue said I got to add at least 2 zeros, maybe 3, so add one more. So how many quarters in $1.50? Quarters. 6. There's 4 in $1, and then 2 more would be 50 cents, so 6.
I knew that, but
Whew, okay, it's okay. It's been one of those days. Okay, now, so looking at this, did we create a decimal? Yeah. Honestly, we even got the whole number in front. That is the whole thing because this one was improper. That's why there's a whole number over here. Yes? I know. It's okay. Okay, so let's go to another one. Number 22. It is 18/20ths. So I want you to see something. 18 is smaller than 20. Okay, so now we're not going to have that whole number in front. It's just going to be 18 divided by 20. So 18 goes in the house, like that. 20 goes outside. 20 can't go into 1. Can it go into 18?
no, so you add a decimal and then put a 0.
Decimal to 0, yes. So 20. 2 times what is near 18? 9. 2 times 9 is 18, right? So 20 times 9 is 180. So was there a whole number? No. So my real answer is just 0.9 or 0.9. This is why you need to take notes, guys, because you're seeing different styles of problems. If you will write these down with me, like, it will help you. Okay, now let's do 23 because it's even more different, I guess. Okay, 23 is a mixed number. Okay, now all it is they gave us a whole number in front. So what we got to do is basically take that 6, and I'm not going to do any math with it. I'm just going to wait and put it back on my answer at the end. At the end. So what I'm going to do is just do this like I did that. I'm going to divide. 7 divided by 25. Uh-huh.
Or you could just make your answer box and put it in.
Yes, you could go ahead and make an answer box and go ahead and put it in there. That's fine. Okay? So the front of the whole number, or the whole number on front, is the whole number on front here. Now to create the back end of it, the decimal part, I'm just dividing the fractions.
You can't do it.
So can't do this.
You put a decimal.
And a 0. How many 25s are in 70? 2, which is 50. Add a 0.
And then
So quarters in $2.
8.
8, yes, 8. And it would actually be 200, like it's $2. Perfect. So you've now made the back end of the decimal, but make sure you put it back with the 6. That's what happened with a lot of you guys, was you forgot the front or you forgot to put the back. And we did partial credit. But I want you to think, like what I said earlier is silly but true. Do you think I'm going to let the bank forget my $6 and only give me 28 cents? No. So I got to get full answers out of you. Okay, let's do another one. 24, 7/8. Okay, 24 is 7/8. Okay. Okay, so this one's only 8's tables. 8 times what's close to 70? 64, so it's 8 times 8. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. Uh-huh.
And then add a 0. And then remove 5.
7. It's 56. That's okay. It's 4.
Now it's 5.
Now it's 5 because it's 40. 5. Now, I will say, this one's not, but some of the answers are repeating. And we got to put the little repeater bar. So give me just a second. Let's see. This one has no front number, so it's just 0.875. Okay. Okay. For video's sake, I'm going to actually do 2 more because one of them's repeating. Here we go. Number 25. I know it's kind of silly, but here we go. Number 25. I want to show one repeating, but I got to get to 26, I think, before one repeats. So, okay. Here we go. So why not? 9/50ths. Okay, what goes in the house? 9.
You can't do it.
50. Right.
So you add a decimal and then you add a 0.
Decimal and a 0.
And then it can only go in once.
One time. Everybody see that?
And then add a 0. And then put a 4 on the top. And then we'll have 200.
Add a 0.
A 0.
Times 8.
5 times what is 40? 8. That's right. So, no front number, no whole number. It would be just 0.18.
Well, can we not put the 0 in there?
You can if you want, the 0 in front.
I'm talking about like when we have to skip over the height, so we put 4 and then we put a 0 down. I don't want to put 0 up at the top.
Now you can put a 0 right there. But the 50 went into 90 one time. It's kind of off center, but
And then we put 40 and we had to bring down another 0. But before we brought down our 0, it was 40. Why don't we put a 0 for not like, since we couldn't put it in there, why didn't we put a 0?
oh no, wait a minute. Back up a step. Okay, it starts out as it can't go into 9. Can it go into 90?
Yes.
So then one time, and then that's my remainder. It's a big remainder, but that's my remainder.
Oh, I thought
I know. It's okay. It's okay. I just figured my handwriting was off. And guys, I mean, I hope y'all know that if you got this, it is correct. I mean, I just put X's. You can put zeros. It's fine. Like, that is correct. Okay, let's do 26. I think it's the repeater one, or one of the repeating ones. And so that's why I'm trying to get to it. Okay, 11 2/3. Okay, if I go ahead and make an answer box, 11 would be in the front as a whole number. Okay? 2/3 is what I got to divide out. 2 divided by 3. 2 in the house, 3 outside the house.
Oh, wait, you can't do
There we
it.
go.
So put a decimal.
Ah, 3 can't go into 2. Decimal to 0, that's right.
Yeah, which is 6.
6, which is 18.
Yeah. It's repeating.
What repeats?
The 6.
The 6, right up top. Because I would, even if I added a 0, I would get another 6.
Yeah. And then another 6.
And it would just keep going. So, as long as you have an 11.6 with a repeater bar, you're good. You could have 2 6s with repeater bar, 3 6s with repeater bar, as long as that repeater bar is only on the 6. Guys, on your test on this, some of you got 2 points off because you didn't put a repeater bar. Just kind of throwing that out there. Okay, so here's the plan. You will now finish. I think I've left you 27, 28, 29, and 30. And then go back and finish these. And you should be good. Yes?
Is it fun, like, if I cross out the ones that I already did?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
26 again.
Yeah, there's 26. You're welcome. Okay. I think, honestly, when we did this last time, we just didn't get a bunch of practice. I am going to pause this for a second. Okay, so now there are no kiddos in here. So what I'm going to do is work just a few more. So if you're at home working on your homework, you can see if you're on the right track or not, okay? Honestly, since this is the paper I have out, I'm just recording a few extras, okay? I'm going to go down and do like 27, which I have loved because I've had so many kids ask me about it. It is 20 over 5. And so many of you guys are setting it up correctly. You're putting 20, you're putting 5. You even realize that 5 can't go into 2, and it goes into 4, or goes into 24 times. But you're kind of making it harder than it needs to be. The decimal for 20 would be behind it. So it's just 4. It is the whole number. 4 is that number. You could put 4.0. Either one. I mean, they're both right. Okay, 28. It is 23 and 7/8. Okay. I'm going to keep what I call the big 2, 3 in front. Put a decimal. Now I'm going to make the back end of this decimal. So 7 divided by 8. Eight times 8, 64. 8 times 7 is 56. And 5. So 0.875 is the back end of that decimal. Okay. So in that section, if you've watched this video, it has officially left you with only 29 and 30. That's all you have if you just watched this video. Now I'm going to go to the top section. On the top section, I stopped, I think, at number 5. So I'm just going to work a few more. Let's see if we're doing these right. Okay. Number 6. It is 8.435. Okay. It is 8 on top, or 8, big 8 on the front as a whole number. I'm sorry. 435 on top and 1,000 on bottom. Because that 5 is in the thousandths column. Okay, that divides by 5 on the top and the bottom, or simplifies by 5, whatever you want to call it, gives me 8 40s, yeah, 87 over 200. I have tried to check this one for simplifying. I know that 3 goes into this, 3 doesn't go into that. I think it's as far as it will go in the simplifying world. Okay, number 7. And I am on the top of the worksheet. I know it's kind of odd that I jumped back to the top, but I can't really stop the video and go back and forth. So here we go. Number 7, 15.51. Okay, so I'm going to put a big 15 in front, and in the back, I'm going to put 51 on top of 100, 2 zeros. And it doesn't simplify. I was trying 3, but it wouldn't simplify into 100. Okay, number 8. There we go. Number 8 is 10.74. Okay, so I have a big 10. I have 74 over 100. Okay, simplifying. Simplify by 2, if nothing else, because these are even numbers. Keeping my big 10. 2 are going to 7. 3 would be 6, 14, so 37 over 50. As far as I know, that is it. Okay. So I'm going to leave you there with 9, 10, 11, and 12 to do. So if you have watched this video, basically all you have left is 9, 10, and then up here 11 and 12. So if you've watched the video or whatever, you honestly only have 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's the last 2, 5, 6. Okay? We will check those tomorrow in class for a small homework grade just to see if we are trying our hardest. Thanks for your